possession where Bryce got the ball in transition, kicked it out to Connor for the shot. Is that, you okay with that look, or would you rather have Bryce keep in his hands?
I mean, you got your best shooter, a wide open three.
I guess beyond Bryce, didn't get a lot of help offensively, especially with scoring. I guess what do you think led to the struggles beyond him?
I'll say this: I'm proud of the team. I'm proud of the guys for going out there and giving ourselves a chance when you had about as poor an offensive night as you could possibly have. The ball doesn't go in the basket. It's not easy to continue to go out there and have a spirit defensively, but our guys fought like hell all game long to keep us in the game and to give ourselves a chance where we get a great look on a possession where there's under 20 seconds. So, I'm proud of the guys for the way they went out there and fought and battled. And if we play like that with that type of energy, we're going to be fine. We're going to be just fine in these last three games heading into the postseason. And that's what we have to understand. That's who we are. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of shooting on this team, and we have to stay in games and give ourselves a chance with our defense. That's been our identity when we played well. That is what has won us games. So, I think without Bryce and then, Sam goes 2 for 2, we're 5 of 39 with the rest of our team. That's not going to happen, especially when we had some point blank ones right there at the rim, and I thought had some pretty darn good looks. I'll go back and watch the film, but had some shots from guys that we will 100% take. So, again, if we play with that kind of energy, that type of spirit, we're going to be fine. If we fall off with our energy, we're going to struggle. But we've got 2 days. There's a rule. Some of these rules are just I don't get. But because we stayed over in Seattle, which is the right thing to do on our West Coast trip, we have to take 2 days off. We have to take an extra day. So these next two will be off. The guys, I think most will come in and get individual work. That's how these guys are built. And we'll have a 2-day prep for a huge game next Saturday against Minnesota.
How much of the offense, the shooting, do you attribute to offense, and how much is Michigan's defense making things hard?
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job. Give Michigan credit for their plan. Their big was sitting in the middle when you got a 7-1 guy in there that's huge, that protects the paint. When the ball wasn't going in, that floor just shrunk. And, unfortunately, we had one of those nights where, whatever we tried, the ball wasn't going in. And, again, you make a couple of those. Now you maybe get a little bit more driving lanes. But, unfortunately, we just could not make a shot to get Golden out of the paint or get their 5 out of the paint. And, listen, Burke, I know offensively he didn't make a basket, but you see the impact he has on the defensive end. Our rebounding improves with Burke on the floor. Juwan didn't have a great offensive night, but he guarded his ass off out there. So, if we hit a couple of those shots, again, that's going to open things up to get to the basket. And, unfortunately, when we did have looks in there, we didn't make them. And, that we got a little rushed in the first half, going off 1 foot, didn't come in under control. When we did in the second half, we missed them. So, we'll hopefully have a couple great days of preparation going into the next one. That's all we can do. All we can worry about is the next one and put this one behind us.
Going up against that size, not in the interior, you mentioned the closeness is near the basket. Do you feel like at times guys are maybe anticipating a block coming and that maybe lead you to some of those?
I thought we anticipated contact on a few of those. I thought we launched into them as opposed, again, to coming in and if you don't have the angle, if you don't have the advantage, we work on a drill every day to reverse pivot and hit the guy on the pull behind, and we just did not make enough of those plays. When we did get, again, some open ones by some good shooters, unfortunately the ball didn't go in the basket. But, yes, I thought we anticipated contact when we drove the ball into the paint. And, again, you got to be strong in this league if you're going to finish at the basket. We obviously didn't do a very good job of that.
You mentioned heading into this game that you were doing some damage control with just trying to keep emotions, leveled. Do you have to do something similar given that you feel like you fixed the defense and now the offense took a bit of a step back?
Again, Justin, I told the guys how proud I was of them for how they played. I mean, from playing this game, when the ball's not going in the basket, when you're missing shots you make a lot of times, it is not easy to continue to battle and defend and keep yourself in the game on the other end. But our guys did that. And if we have that type of fight these next 3 games, we're going to be fine, and we're going to be playing in the postseason. And that can't change. Offensively, yes, we need to be better. I think we will be better, but that defensive effort and intensity and edge that we had tonight has to be the same for these remaining 3 games.
How do you think you were able to find that defensive edge? Did you see this coming from the past few days of practice?
Well, Burke being on the floor is a huge part of that. You see how important he is to us, being able to guard multiple positions, getting deflections. From an analytic standpoint, it's really not even close. He is our most important guy on the defensive end of the floor. So whether he's making baskets or not, he plays a huge role and a very important part to this team. So that's to answer your question, Wilson, that was a big part of it, is having Burke back out there to play multiple spots. And listen, you expect he's had one practice where he's had contact. It's going to take a little time to shake some rust off to get his timing back, and it sucks because he just played his best game of his college career, and then he has to sit for whatever it was, 10 days. Before he gets back out there. So he'll get his timing back. He'll be fine. But you see the impact he has for this team on the defensive end of the floor.
Can you talk about some of maybe the back cutting, how you guys could be able to convert a few of those, and it seemed like you guys had a couple good looks at that tonight?
We did, yeah, we cut, but when we cut in there again with their 5 dropped the way he was, it turned into a contested one in there. And like I said, if you can spread them out a little bit, if you can make a few of those shots, get the big out of there, again, that's Rink. I mean, Rink, when you see the impact a guy like that has, when the defense is closer, now we got a lot of those a year ago. So again, we'll keep fighting, we'll keep battling, we'll have a good film session on Thursday, put a game plan together, and hopefully go out and execute on Saturday.
Brett, what was the response that you heard or felt from the players when you did mention that pride?
It was good. It was good. I told them I don't want to see anybody hanging their head. For the effort and the energy you guys played with, I want everybody to walk out of here with your head held high. We're going to get it right, and we're going to go out and fight like hell on Saturday. Thanks, guys.